Hi, I'm Ramgopal from ArteRamgopal.com. In this video, you will learn how to add YouTube videos to your PowerPoint presentations. I'm using Microsoft 365 PowerPoint. You can follow this video even if you have earlier versions of PowerPoint. The option to insert a YouTube video onto PowerPoint has existed for quite a while, so let us learn how to do that from scratch. The first step is to go to the Insert tab on PowerPoint. Then when you go to the far right corner, you can see this option called Video. You click on the drop-down menu and then go to this option called Online Video. Since YouTube is online video, we are going to choose that option. In Office 365, you have the option to copy and paste the address of your video from these four sources. You can insert videos from YouTube, SlideShare, Vimeo, or Stream. Since we want to insert a video from YouTube, we don't really have much to worry about because we have that option available from any of the previous versions of PowerPoint as well. The only thing we need here to insert the video is the right address for the online video. So let me go to my browser. This is a video from our other channel called Presentation Process. And if all I want is to play this video onto my slide, then I just need to copy this address here. So I can select this and you can see that the entire address is selected. I can right click, copy, and then come down to my slide here and then I can paste the address. Once I do that, I can hit insert and the video would be playing inside my slide. But I want to show you something more. Let me go to the same browser again. In this case, I don't want to show the entire video because this video is fairly long, which is more than 20 minutes in duration. I want to show this video from the 10th minute onwards to my audience. So how do I do that? All I need to do is to move the playhead to the desired time. So let me click and drag this so that I am somewhere around 10 minutes. Here, this is just the right time. Then when I go down, I have this option called Share. Let me click on Share button. And here I have the URL to copy. Now you can see that this URL, the way it is, will play the video from the beginning. Since we need to play this video from 10 minutes onwards, I am going to check this option here called Start At. Since we have our playhead at the 10th minute, it automatically inputs that information here. And you can see that it adds an information to the URL called t equals 600, which means 60 seconds into 10 minutes, which is 600 seconds. So that is what is added here, the duration in seconds. This is just the way I want. So I can click on copy and then let me go to the slide and then I can insert my address here by clicking on paste. Now with the timeline, everything is inserted and you can see a preview. I like what I see here and I'm going to say insert, and that inserts the video onto my PowerPoint slide. And you can see by default the size is small. I can always expand this like the way that I would do to any image. So let me move this so that it corresponds with the top left corner of the slide, and then let me click and drag it from the corner. Now this is the video size. When I click on this, I would be able to play the video. Now before I do that, let me show you some of the things that you can do to make this look even better. You can select this image, then go to video format option, and then you can make some adjustments. Like for example, if you want to go to corrections and you want to apply any of these brightness and contrast combinations, you can do. If you want to colorize the video, you can do by going to this recolor option. A more useful option is this one called as poster frame. Now what is poster frame? You can see the default thumbnail that is added here is not very clear. I want to have a much clearer image. I have already stored this thumbnail in its original form in my computer, so I can switch this with that clear image. So let me go to poster frame, click on image from file and go to from a file. Of course, you can use a stock image or online picture or an icon. Everything will work just the same. Let me go to from a file. Since I've already stored the image in a clean, clear fashion, I'm going to use that image here. Here I have the thumbnail that I created originally for this presentation. So let me select this and say insert. Now you can see that my background image is much cleaner, and when I show this as part of my presentation, my audience would love to watch my slide. If I want to choose another image, I can do so. Let me select this, go to poster frame and go to image from a file. And maybe if I want to choose this, I can say insert, but then realize that when you choose an image, this is the size to which the video will play. So it is always a good idea to choose an image and then crop it to fill the entire slide area. So let me go back to the previous option by pressing Ctrl Z. If at any point of time you want to revert back to the original image, you can always go to poster frame and say reset, and you will get the old image that we had originally from PowerPoint. Let me press Ctrl Z because I like this one. We also have the option to change our video style. For example, when I click on this, I can see that there are so many ways in which I can apply the video effects. Maybe I can choose something like this one. There is a nice frame into which the video will play. I like this option. If I want to change the video shape, I can do so. Let me go here, and if I want it in an oval shape, I can choose this and the video will play inside this oval shape. The same way you can change the video border color. You can go to video effects and add reflection if you want to. Everything is possible, and you can treat this one just as the way you would treat any image. I don't want any of these options to happen, so let me go to preset and say no, and go to video shape and say the regular rectangle. So let us keep it plain and simple. The last option I would like to tweak is playback. Here I have the option to start in click sequence. That is, when I go to slideshow, I still need to click on the icon here to play the video, or I can choose another option here called automatically. I like this option, so let me choose automatically. Now we have done all that is required to play our PowerPoint. So let me go to slideshow, but I would like to resize this slightly so that you can see that the video is playing only from a certain point. So let me hold the shift button and resize this and keep it somewhere in the center. Let me play the video first. You can see that when the video loads, it loads from the 10th minute onwards. Isn't it interesting? So let me pause this for now. Let me have this full size. Once again, let me go to the top left corner and then click and drag it from the corner. That looks good. Now let me go to slideshow. The video will play automatically. Can you see here the video loads? And this is just as you are watching in YouTube, which means when you take your cursor over, you can see that there are other options available. That is, if you want to see any other video, you can do that. And you also have the option to click on this button here, so you can go to YouTube and watch the same video. Let me hit escape button to come out of this. And you learned how to add a YouTube video to your PowerPoint presentation. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give this video a like, share it with your friends, and hit the subscribe button to encourage us to create more such videos. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.